Welcome to the Real Estate Agent Show, how to use video effectively. And this is a test pre-show. You can cut that really easy off of YouTube. YouTube has a little administrator, and we're going to finish the test right now. Welcome to the Real Estate Agent Show, how to use video effectively, episode 26, sponsored by the mailright.com. It's mailright.com and netcasting101.com. I should say mail-right.com. And Jonathan is the developer of the SaaS product MailRight. And of course, I'm the developer of Netcasting 101. So today we're talking about something that's very critical, very easy really to get up. It's about making videos. And we're not going to go into a lot of detail because I think this is one of those shows that we really need to break it down into pieces and what you can do. So Jonathan, we've got a little bit of experience. We're implementing video into Karen's site. What are you finding from real estate agents out there using video? Most don't use it yet. They try, but they don't.
Well, that's the key, Bill. They don't utilize it, and it's a bad mistake. I can understand it. It's getting over the hurdle, I think, but things have changed. The main thing is hardware. You used to have to buy a lot of hardware, but now most people have got a powerful video camera in their pocket.
Right.
I do utilize Apple a bit, and but I wouldn't say I wouldn't say I was a total Apple fanboy. But if you've got a modern iPhone 5S, or you've got a 6 or a 6 Plus, you've got a really nice bit of kit in your pocket that it's got a really nice camera, easy to take video, and it's easy to get it uploaded to YouTube, Vimeo, and all the other video sharing sites you got out there.
And I'm taking a picture right now with the iPhone 5S.
Yep.
My wife has a 6S. Mm-hmm. I'm going to get the 6S Plus hopefully today, because if you're a real estate agent, that's going to be my first recommendation, even though I don't have it yet. From all my research, the 6S Plus is the system. And we'll do a show next week, maybe just on that 6S.
Yeah, that's great.
It does.
I think that'd be great.
And I'm doing a demo video right now so you can see what it looks like. Now, my wife has done a couple. You can go to KarenConrad.com. You can see her blog, which I'm a big believer in the blog. And I'll tell you what, it takes time to blog, but you should blog at least once a week. My wife has really had great luck with her open houses and blogging. But that said, you need a helper. It really, real estate today is hard to be a one-person show. I think it really needs to be a team. I always had teams. We go back in the lineage where we bought a Better Homes and Gardens, built subdivisions, and half of our agents left. And we created teams with the 3 that were left, and the teams do so much better together. They help each other. They build on each other. But here's the idea. Anybody on your team, if they meet a minimum threshold, should share those commissions of the team leader. And that's the way to do it. And one person needs to specialize as a buyer's agent, listing agents, and you need a technical agent, I think now, or a production agent. Go out there with the agent, take the videos, and maybe that's where you start and you learn those trades and you go up. That's just me. And I think it works over a period of time like a profession. But the lone real estate agent, I think, is going to disappear. They're still there. But let me talk about be the devil's advocate when you don't want to do video.
Right.
And I think this is very true. Let's say you're older. You have a big farm. You've been doing real estate for 20, 30 years. You're making $100,000 a year just by yourself. And that's what my wife was doing over in Modesto. Well, she wasn't by herself. Yes and no. We evolved. We combined our companies. People know the story is I was reservist, went back in active duty, and she wanted to combine, didn't want to work so hard running an office as a broker. So, but anyway, you're doing money, you're making money, you're happy. And maybe by throwing that video in, you might lose somebody because you're so awkward on the videos. But let me tell you, I think what you do is you just, on the side, you practice and get through that awkwardness, because in the long run, I still think it's going to help no matter who you are. But initially, maybe you don't want to go up. That said, when you're starting in real estate, go ahead and be awkward. Start. It's a tough business. And people see how you progress and how much better you become over a period of time.
Yeah, I don't think what I was saying in the pre-show is that you don't. I think people see these really slick videos on television, on the web, and they think they've got to have the same quality. There's
right.
true promotional advertisement, and this is more person-to-person communication. And people are much willing to accept slightly lower production standards as long as the information is good quality and they like the person. One of the things that you've got to get right, though, folks, is quite strange, and Bill's a bit of a Nazi when it comes to this, but he totally is sound. The funny thing is, people will accept certain faults with your video, but what they won't accept is really, really rubbish sound. They just won't put up with that. Now, Bill's got some kit that he gave to his wife to help her when
it's the Rode mic.
Yeah, but if you don't, and either we might talk quickly about that today or next week. But if you don't want to buy something like what Bill's bought for his wife, you're starting out. One of the factors is you're going to be on the road. Is that maybe record it in your car, because it does remove the main thing.
Not while you're driving.
Not when you're driving. There are some agents that have been doing that, and that's naughty. Yeah. But the main thing that it helps with, folks, is wind noise. If you do a quick video in the car, as long as it's not next to the freeway or something, it's going to reduce the wind noise. And if you're outside the house doing a quick intro, and then you're going to do a walkthrough, you've got to be aware of external noise and especially wind, because that sounds terrible. What do you think, Bill?
No, you're right on. Here's some of the things. We were testing these, and we used the different phones, and we did. If you go on Karen's site, and I'll put the link up, one of her early first videos was with another agent in an open house, and it was all empty, and it was in the kitchen. And we're getting this hollow sound from the kitchen. Now we have a little mic we can put on, and I'm going to be developing further these mics. These mics work great, by the way, especially the Rode. The problem is you got to have a long tether. So I'm working on some remote equipment. But that said, I've also had some excellent sound off of this if you get in the right environment. Like if you're in a room with furniture and it's quiet and you use this, your sound is going to come out fine.
Can I ask about some prices? That mic kit that you bought for your wife, how much was that?
The Rode mic kit, which is by far the best for an iPhone, it's designed for the iPhone, is around $70.
It's not ridiculous, is it?
No, the new one, and it's really professional. You're gonna have, what you need to get is a longer tether. There's some less expensive ones for like $20, which aren't bad. But we're playing with this.
How much would you think you're talking about if you buy a remote? You know, you got a remote receiver with
$200.
That's a couple. I said between $250 and $400. I said,
and I'm working on. Here's the problem in this whole business is the research, is the consumer reports on the equipment, and that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to make sure it's tested before people use it, and that it's a proven product. But that costs a lot of money to go through this material, and hopefully we get some of the vendors to send us equipment to do better tests if they really believe in their equipment. And I think that's coming.
But what do you think? It does make a big difference, doesn't it? If you do buy a little bit of equipment around the sound, don't you think? You
know, let's test out the iPhone 6S Plus, which is one I recommend. Karen didn't get it. She didn't want a big phone. And, real estate agents, you guys, I'm a broker 25 years. You can be really stubborn. Really stubborn.
Yeah, so
you're independent agents, you're your own person. Sorry, Jonathan, but
no, it is true though, Bill. But you know, agents, you are on the road and having a nice big screen. A lot of agents are a bit my age. Yeah. But you are on the road, and it will save you from having a like something, a laptop. You can keep it in your office. And that extra size does make a difference. If, I think the reason why people don't like it, Bill, is that, having a phone of that size and using it as an actual phone for a lady, it looks a little bit odd. It looks like you got a brick right in front of your ear, doesn't it?
Here.
But that's what you do, isn't it?
I use it all the time.
Yeah, Bill, what Bill has just done is what you should do. If you're going to buy a phone of that size, he's doing exactly what you should be doing, folks.
It's even legal to talk when you're going down the road if you want. And I like it better when it's hooked up to the Bluetooth. Karen has got the Bluetooth. She's got the Honda Pilot. But I personally like this where I hit it. I said, call Karen Conrad. And it'll call and I'll talk to it, or call my client, put my client's name in there, and I can call and talk. I can answer phone calls. It's very nice. This doesn't bother me at all. I use it every here. There's a code you learn to use on this too. If you want to increase the volume, you hit up the top a couple of times, it decreases it down here. But those are the things that make you more functional. The bottom line in real estate is you have to be in contact with people, making communications, talking. So when you're driving, you should be talking to somebody. Just talk, not talk in a good way. Say, hey, how's it going? Have 10 clients that you want to call up and just see how they're going. A lot of people aren't connected technologically, and we live in Reno and we have a little older crowd, and they're happy to hear from Karen. Hey, how's things going? She just called a client the other day. We had snow, and she offered to go out and see how she's doing, an older client. And do you need help shoveling? Because we got 2 girls that come over and shovel for you, and they'll shovel. And people like that.
Yeah, it's called in the game, folks, personal engagement. Give it everything's got to have a name nowadays. So audio
personal engagement.
Yeah, personal engagement. So audio, folks, is really important. The other thing is what are the purposes of this activity? Quickly, obviously, if you've got a property and it's part of your marketing and you can show it to potential clients that you've utilized video in an effective way to market somebody else's, it's another thing that makes you a differential from your competition. If I would say between 3 and 5% of agents are utilizing video in any shape or form. So if you're an agent and you can show that you're one of those that is utilizing video, that makes you different from the next agent that possible client is going to be talking to. So obviously utilizing it, I see there's 3 main things that you do with video. If you've got a property that you're representing, you do a show through. You do videos about yourself. People want to see what you're like, your personality. Like we said in previous episodes, people are checking out agents before they ring them and get them round to do a presentation. That's well known that people are doing research about agents before they even make that first call. Obviously, that can vary. If you're given a really strong personal recommendation, you might not do that, but most people are checking out. It's so easy. They've got a fantastic device in their hand. What do you think they're going to do? They're going to check you out, aren't they? They've got plenty. It's right in front of them. They don't have to go to computer now, folks. They've got the computer right in front of them. The other thing is, utilize it for, other people saying great things about you is really powerful. If I say I'm fantastic, well, that's my opinion. If Bill said I'm fantastic, you might listen to him a little bit more. I don't think you ever say that, folks. Having testimonials, video testimonials of other people that utilize your service is great. What do you think about that, Bill?
No, video testimonials are great. A little harder to do. Take some time. Take some comfort from the people. It depends who your person is. Now, my wife has a great client right now. She's written 2 contracts for him. And that client comes from as a photographer, and what a client, and they're very successful. So, he's going to be great. They're going to do a testimonial. It'll help her on social media all over the place because they understand it. They're very comfortable in that environment.
Oh, that's the other thing I want your advice on, Bill. And I'll be interesting to see what you think about this. I think unless you're a struggling agent, you are struggling a little bit. I just do not agree agents taking their own photography. I think having a professional photographer take the photography, costing you about $200 to $300, but having a professional photographer and having professional images is really important. What do you feel?
I think if you're a new agent and you're dealing in houses under 400, 500,000, you should do your own work and learn to do it. Just be comfortable, learn to do it, learn to get the perspectives. Later on, as you get very successful and you're making over $100,000 or even over 50,000, might say 100,000. At that point, you want to try to outsource some of your work because you can afford to do that. Your most valuable time as a real estate agent is prospecting and making contacts and developing relationships. You develop relationships, the business will follow. And if you're taking pictures, doing the backside marketing, that's not going to happen. Let me take it a step further. You find a great real estate agent or a company or a niche company that knows marketing. Maybe they're going to do the whole marketing package for you, 3D of the house. They're going to help you write up your listing. They're going to do all that backside. That's called an assistant. But you can have a virtual or a contracted assistant just as well. Let's say you're making $20,000 a house in the high-end houses, and you're paying $1,000 for that service. Well worth it on your professionalism, and you're going to get more listings. So it's a progression. I think new agents learn to use their phone inside and out. And even an older agent should know how to use it inside and out. There's times when you want to use it for marketing.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to tell you some really neat tricks that I just did this last week, but I'm not going to tell you till next week. Right. I think it's pretty good. Go ahead, Jonathan.
I totally agree with you, Bill. Even if I think I'm in total agreement, but I think, folks, even if you can afford it, what Bill's just said, I think you still... you need to be able to take reasonable photos. You have some that's taken professionally if you can afford it, and then you need to do some because it's the volume of engagement of material that you need to get out there that most agents are not aware of, and they just you just need a much higher volume of written content.
Yes.
Visual content. It's a visual age where photographs, videos. Just to finish up, folks, I also want to talk about where you're going to put the video and where you're going to get the biggest buck. And the key here is utilize video for multiple purposes. You're going to put it on YouTube. You're going to get benefit if you download the video and then either put the same video up or a smaller version of the video directly onto Facebook, because Facebook in direct competition with YouTube. And if you directly put it into Facebook, it's going to be seen by more people than if you just put the YouTube URL in. A quick question for you, Bill. What does YouTube come with a rough and ready editor?
Oh, yeah. It's a good editor, too. I'm actually getting pretty good on it. And that's what I'd recommend people use initially. You can cut it out, and I'll have a little class. Hey, you just gave me a good commercial for Netcasting 101 because that's exactly what we cover. And we're not trying to make you pros. We're just trying to get you the basics down, and so you can go to the next level. And the other thing, too, this goes back to that first discussion we had, the assistant. The assistant's the one who really – that's a great place. You maybe shouldn't start in real estate as the head person. Maybe you should be that assistant to an agent out there doing all this stuff, learning to do it, and becoming very good. So I could see a path in real estate in the future where you're an expert on the iPhone, communications technology, social media, and as you evolve to the higher positions in real estate.
Yeah, I think that.
Yeah. Jonathan, let's talk after the show and talk to let some other people answer questions because we have a few who have been on, and we'll shut it down for this, and we'll be back next week. Every week. Well, normally this is Thanksgiving weekend, so it's every week on
Thursday morning
at 9:00. This is a special because it's Thanksgiving. Yeah. I was out shoveling snow, and life is good right now. And I think other than the world situation, which is different, real estate is good across the U.S. right now. So let's keep it up.
Yeah, that's great. See you next week, folks.
Thanks, Jonathan.
Bye.
Hey, we're up on Blab, and Jason Bates, who is a mortgage lender from the greater Phoenix area, is up online. He's going to give us a quick little report for about 5 minutes. Love this Blab because we're getting so much good information from across the country. Jason, go ahead.
Yeah, hello. Thanks for having me here, Bill. I really appreciate that. And I'm, like you said, a mortgage lender right here in Phoenix, Arizona, and my website is www.valleyofthesunrealestateshow.com. You can connect with me on any social media platform right from there and even listen to some of the podcasts that I have about the Phoenix metropolitan area. So now I know we were talking about the danger report, which is a syndicated, I guess not really syndicated, but a backed report by the National Association of Realtors. And we were talking about teams and the future of what the teams in real estate may look like or may not look like. The Danger Report is on dangerreport.com. And if you're an agent, I suggest that you read that report because it covers every single aspect of the real estate community. And teams, they say that teams are jeopardized in the future because of, in part, due to commissions. There's a lot of pressure on agents right now in our market to reduce their commissions. And if that piece of that pie is reduced, then teams, it may not be advantageous to have a team because not everybody's going to get paid like they were getting paid before. Especially with the technology that's out there right now. I know there's some agencies that won't even allow their agents to post their listings on an MLS. They have Zillow, Trulia, and all that. And we just saw, I don't know if you saw this yesterday, but Google Compare just signed up with Zillow and LendingTree in California to where you can compare your mortgage, rates and fees and things like that to other mortgage brokers.
Oh my, I got it.
Yeah. So now Google Compare, if that's happening, they started that with the airline business and I think the auto insurance business. Now they're moving into the mortgage business. It'll be a matter of time before they say, hey, compare your real estate agent to another agent, maybe on experience, maybe on, whatever. And so these sort of influences may affect the way that real estate agents and the mortgage industry and large real estate industry at large, continues to grow or evolve, if you will.
But let me tell you, I think my team concept in the 90s was right on, late 90s up to 9/11. And we kept it going until 2007, until we sold out or combined our companies, because I went back on active duty for 5 years. I think it's even more because of the team. There's so many things to do to get to that level where that top agent broker has to have a support team. Now, what we're seeing here, we've got Marshall Real Estate in Reno, Nevada, and he's truly a one-person team, a lot of marketing, but he's got this team below him, about 7 or 8 people, and they're licensed agents. He lists everything, and then they do different things. But he does a lot of volume. That's a big team.
Yeah, if you got the volume, I think a team concept, you have to have it. So we're seeing that on the mortgage side too.
Let me go on with my thought here, though. The superstars are going to become bigger superstars with new technology who grasp it, but it's going to be tougher for people like my wife, who just came from California, to restart. It's going to be harder to start. So I think you're going to have to apprentice your way up even more.
Yeah, I agree with that 100%. If you can align yourself with somebody who's had the success, I think it's a great, like you said, apprenticeship program.
One thing I would like to ask you, Jason, I don't know if you've got any thoughts about it, is where do you see the kind of national franchises like 21 Century?
Yeah, record that.
Back to test.
Okay. Now, hang on. Don't stop recording yet. Let me show you something here on XSplit that you'll be able to utilize. And I apologize. I got like kind of a few windows going on here at the same time. And my computer's running a little bit slow. But what I'll do is I'll copy this. I'll do a screen capture here real quick. And I'll copy that question and I can post it over my face. Then it will be on your YouTube. So bear with me here.
Okay. So folks, don't do this on your own computers until it's been fully tested out, because we've had to dig into the kernels of Macs and get special software, which is not approved, off of the computers.
Yeah, that is the problem with the Mac.
Without supervision.
Yeah, it's a two-edged sword, because some of this software, unfortunately, they're not too keen with the removal tool.
Jason is an explorer, and we'll be letting him explore for us.
Yeah, you're living vicariously through me and Blab, right?
We do like his. We give him an A+ for his flag on his mic. And I'm really big now on talking to people. How to put a flag on this thing for people.
It doesn't matter what you say, Jason. You just got a good flag, so that's the main thing.
And we haven't even talked about your rates. There's probably some law that says we can't talk about rates. Quote rates.
The rates are the best.
Well, you know what? You could come on our show, Jonathan. Have him come on your show once a week and give us a 5-minute update what the rates are this week.
Yeah, why not?
That would be good.
You got to be a little careful on that, right? I'll be honest with you. I don't really do that on my podcast because, rates here today, gone tomorrow kind of thing. And the
Well,
podcast is forever.
you have to say the date and the time, and and feel free to sue me any day for that difference.
But this is where okay, we're talking about video, right?
I'm going to pause it, okay, and we'll finish up. Jonathan will finish up the show.
Jason, so you've been doing podcasting for a year and a bit. So have you seen clear signs that it's really benefiting your business in any shape or form?
Yeah, absolutely. Positively, it's helped my business 100%. In fact, just this past year alone, I've had 3 people call me just from my podcast who want to do a mortgage, who are purchasing homes here in Arizona that I otherwise would not have been in contact with at all. So podcasting has helped my business, not in a direct way that I'm actually getting paid for my podcasting, but in the sense that I'm helping my brand and making people aware of who I am and what I do. I think it's an excellent way to get your message out and for people to get to know you without you actually having to speak to them, for example. So podcasting definitely has helped my business 100%.
Oh, that's great to hear, Jason. Keep at it. And we're going to join you. I'm going to join you next Wednesday at 5, whatever Arizona time is, but I will Google that and I will join you on your show. So that's it, so I think we're going to wrap up now, Billy, aren't we? Bill the Wizard.
We want to thank everybody for tuning in, and this is one of those fun shows. It's going to go up on YouTube. Jonathan's really got all the controls. We changed. By the way, we need to do a poll on what should we call the show. This week, it's the Real Estate Agent Show. How to use effective video, but I think just the Real Estate Agent Show is fine, or the Real Estate Agent Show without the. But thank you. This is Bill Conrad from Podcaster's Home, as well as Netcasting 101. Jason, where are you from? Give your name one more time. You're
Phoenix, Arizona. Phoenix, Arizona, and you can reach me on my website at www.valleyofthesunrealestateshow.com.
And Jonathan, what island are you on this week? Carson City.
Yeah, I'm living in I'm based at Carson City, and I'm the CEO and founder of Mailrite, which offers a integrated referral system for agents and brokers online.
That's a cut.
So we're going to do this at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. I have no idea what Arizona. It always catches me out, Phoenix time. But I will be joining our Jason on his show on Wednesday at 5 p.m. Next Wednesday at 5 p.m. Phoenix time. Sounds fun. See you later, folks.